Hi guys, welcome to the Fitrush, and today we're going to talk about all the medals and the different reviews of all the runs that I had taken part in, and this is part 2. So in the part 1 we had covered the half marathon, that's the 10 kilometers, up till the half marathon, that's 21 kilometers. Now we will be talking about the real runs. Now these runs are really difficult because they are from the 42 kilometers, that is the full marathon, and all the way up till the 100-kilometer run. So anything above the 42-kilometer run is considered to be an ultra. So even if you run 42.5 kilometers, it's considered to be an ultra marathon. But of course, they don't make 42.5 kilometers. The standard is usually 50 kilometers, and then it keeps on going to 80, 100 miler, and then God knows where it goes. So let's start off with some of these runs. These runs are super special to me because these are the real and actual runs and are really difficult. In my personal opinion, anything more than a full marathon is basically completely dependent on your mindset. Your body will be able to do anything, but it's your mind that will give up first. So it's all about that mind muscle connection and just making it happen. Yep. So let's talk about this medal and this run. So this happens to be the Auroville Marathon. You can see it over here. They make a very unique medal. So as you can see over here, it comes with a bell. So and it's handmade. So everything is handmade. This is actually not in Bangalore. It's in a place called Auroville, that's in Pondicherry. So this was actually this was a run that I had actually completed after my ultra marathon. So usually how people go about their run is they do a 10-kilometer run, then they advance to a half marathon, then they advance to a full marathon, and then they go to the ultra. But with me, my story was a little different. I ended up doing the 10-kilometer first. I did my half marathon, and then I jumped to the ultra category, which is a 50-kilometer run, and then I came back to this 42-kilometer run. Now, as I mentioned, a full marathon is 42.2 kilometers, and that's what qualifies to be a full marathon. This run is extremely famous. If you ask any runner in India if they have run this, they would have definitely competed in this run. Unlike the other runs where you have a prize money for the first place, second place, and third place, Auroville is a run which does not support such kind of activities because you are running just for the fun and joy of running. The run starts somewhere around 4 a.m. in the morning. One loop inside Auroville is about 20 kilometers, so you have to do it twice. If you're lucky, you'll get to spot some peacocks. But the only downside about this is the place is really hot and very humid. So those who are really trying out Auroville Marathon, be prepared for the hot and humid climate. And yeah, that's about it. But apart from that, it's a very enjoyable run. So yeah, do definitely try it out to get these unique medals. Very cool medal. Okay, so now we are talking about Trort, and this happened to be the special edition, as you can see it. So the special edition is because this happened to be the 10th anniversary of Trort. Now again, this is another 42-kilometer run. It's a full marathon. Now the reason why this run is really special, apart from raising funds for children who are suffering from HIV, it also promotes injury-free running. It's not just about running 10 kilometers or running 21 kilometers or a full marathon. You must be able to successfully run that without getting an injury. That's what I call as a successful run. Of course, I have had many runs where I've got injured, and I'll be talking about that pretty soon. So these guys actually promote injury-free running, and they also promote injury-free running to those kids who are suffering from HIV. So it's a wonderful cause, and a lot of runners support this. And believe me, in the other video that I spoke about, the 10-kilometer run, which has a lot of inclination, imagine that but with 42 kilometers. And when I tell you 42 kilometers, I remember there was one section of this run where there was almost 1 kilometer of inclination. That's, picture yourself running 1 kilometer upwards. Believe me, it is really tough. Now, if you ask me which is a real tough run, this is a very tough full marathon. Yeah, but again, beautiful run. Another run that everybody comes to participate in. These are one of those runs that you really have to take part to enjoy the true beauty of running. This is Bangalore Marathon, so Bangalore full marathon. As you can see, as you can see, 42 point approximately 2 kilometers. That's what qualifies to be a full marathon. And you can see that the medal is beautiful. Again, we have Vidhan Sauda in the front. Wonderful medal. As I mentioned to you, I have taken part in these runs. I have taken part in the 10-kilometer run, I have taken part in the 21-kilometer run, and I have taken part in the 42-kilometer run. So I have completed the full series of Bangalore Marathon. Now, why this run is special to me? Of course, because I am from Bangalore and this holds a lot of emotion towards me. So I definitely wanted to take part in this run in Bangalore. This happens in the heart of Bangalore, which is MG Road. Beautiful place to run. They have one loop inside Cubbon Park, then it comes outside of Cubbon Park and you go around that entire area. We're making it 21 kilometers and you have to loop it twice to make it 42. The run starts really early in the morning, somewhere around 4 a.m. and by the time you're finished one lap, the 21-kilometer guys come and then you join in with the other 21-kilometer guys and then end up finishing the 42 kilometers. Very enjoyable run. Definitely try it out. Okay, now we are jumping on to the serious categories. This is the ultra marathon. Anything more than a 42 kilometer is an ultra marathon. Now, the challenge with the 42 kilometer run is, for me personally, I felt always the first 32 kilometers or the first 33 kilometers are very easy and there's no problem. It's after the 33 kilometers that every single kilometer feels so difficult to complete. Your legs start aching, you want to give up, you're cramping up, all of those things keep coming up now and then. Even if there is a small pebble in your leg or a small stone in your leg, that really starts to creep up and starts to hurt you. So imagine a 42 kilometer run being difficult. What about a 50 kilometer run? Now that's some serious stuff. So as you can see, Bangalore Marathon, or we call it NEB Sports, conducted the Ultramarathon. This was their first edition of Ultramarathon and I had taken part in it. It happened in a place called the Art of Living. I'm sure most of you all would have heard of it. It's called the Art of Living. Right behind Art of Living, there's a road called the Pipeline Road. Very difficult road to run, and that's where this run was taking place. I believe it was just a 12-kilometer loop that we had to go multiple times, but then again, that's what makes an ultra even more challenging, making the loop small but doing it multiple times. Very tough run. Amazing experience. Now, as you can see, this is a wooden medal. Unlike the other medals which are made out of metal, this is by Bangalore Sports. It was called Jarakabande Ultra, and it's a custom medal which has my name on it and the category also. So this is a 50-kilometer run. Now, this is a very special run and it has a lot of memories because this was my first ultra marathon that I had taken part in. It is in a place called Jarakabande. You can check out this video about Jarakabande right here. I'll be putting it up in a card. Check it out. Beautiful place to run. It's basically a 6-kilometer loop that you have to do it multiple times. I registered for the 50-kilometer run. So while I was doing my second loop, that is the 12th kilometer loop, I got this IT band issue. Now, what is the IT band? It's a connective tissue that helps connect your hip to your knees. If your IT band gets inflamed, you will not be able to run. So my IT band was swollen and I was not able to run. I felt I was going to flop my first ultra and I was feeling really disappointed. There were doctors at the facility and they provided me some painkillers and they put a brace on my leg. And with the brace on my leg, I ended up completing the next 38 kilometers and completed my first ultra marathon. Superb experience, and I really like to thank Bangalore Sports for giving me this opportunity. I'll be linking their website in the description below. Go check them out. They conduct runs all from 5K all the way up to 500 miles. And yes, another very inspirational story, the person who owns Bangalore Sports, that is Sushil Bashan sir, he is a super inspirational person. He is about 69 years old and has run 500 miles. Yes, you heard me right, 500 miles. I took part in this other NEB sports run. It was called the Bengaluru Stadium Run, as you can see over here. and I took part in the 12-hour category. Here is the medal. Now, yeah, you can see me through there. So about this run, unlike the other runs where you can just go onto the website, register, and then pay upfront and then register for the event, these runs you can't actually go up and pay. You need to be eligible to run. So basically there is an eligibility criteria that you need to run, because of course it's taking part in a stadium. So what I mean by a stadium is, I refer to a track. So it's just a 400 meters loop where multiple people will run for 12 hours straight. So you picture yourself entering the track or the stadium at 6 a.m. in the morning. You will only be able to leave that place at 6 p.m. Of course, you can run, walk, jog, do whatever you want, but you have to be in that place on your feet for 12 hours. So this was very, very challenging for me. Of course, I have done much bigger runs than this, but it was very challenging because I had to do the same loop, which is 400 meters again and again and again. And believe me, doing something like that for 12 hours straight is very, 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 very stressful. And but of course, I had all my friends running along with me, so it was very enjoyable. I think the afternoon time is the most difficult time because you're directly exposed to the elements and the sun is beating down on you. Another thing that I really like to tell about this run, I ended up completing about 75 to 77 kilometers in this run. I had amazing support from all of my friends who had come and visited me during the event, and they were supporting me through every loop. So that's the little bit of energy that you get to, push yourself, because your friends are there. You have to show them that, you're worth this. Amazing run. If you're eligible, really try it out. Superb run. Okay, so I picked up these two medals. Again, as you can see, both are from Basin Sports, and one is made out of wood and the other one is made out of metal. Now, why I picked both of these things up? Both of these are 100 kilometers. Now, this was my first 100-kilometer run that I had taken part in. It was in a place called Hennur Bamboo Forest. So it's a bamboo forest, and you can see it's customized with my name. And the next one is called Jarakabande. I don't think you'll be able to clearly see it because the laser etching is it's just giving way, but yeah, you can probably try to see it a little bit. And yeah, here it is. Now again, both conducted by Basin Sports. So I ended up doing my first 100 kilometers, and the very next year I ended up doing my next 100 kilometers. This is the same place that I did my first. This is the same place where I did my first 50-kilometer run. So because I did my first 50-kilometer run and I got injured, I really wanted to challenge myself to do double the distance and run injury-free. Remember, I spoke to you about running injury-free. That's what Trort was talking about. That was running behind my mind, and I ended up completing my 100 kilometers injury-free. So yeah, this is my entire story and review about the runs. If you really want to experience the ultra category, I highly recommend you try out Basin Sports. He is the most encouraging person on this planet and will give you an opportunity to run an ultra category. He was the person who gave me this opportunity to run ultra category, and that's why I am an ultra marathon runner. So this is my entire story. About my running career. Yes, now if you ask me Ashwin, which is the next distance that you really want to try? So the next category that I really want to try after the lockdown has been lifted and everything comes back to normal is going to be 100 miles. So 100 miles is about 161 kilometers. Of course, the only person who conducts this category of run is Sushil sir and Basin Sports. So there's no other category of run that's conducted at this large quantity. So I'm really looking forward to it. Of course, I'm not trained for it. Maybe I might come up with another video about how to train to run an ultra marathon, because each one of these runs have a different discipline that you have to train for. An ultra marathon is totally different because a full marathon gets over maybe maximum 4 hours and you're done. But an ultra marathon, for example, the 100 kilometers, Sushil sir gives a 24-hour cutoff time. The 100-kilometer run in the Hennur Bamboo Forest is a 10-kilometer loop. So one loop is 10 kilometers. You are supposed to do it 10 times to complete 100 kilometers, which is kind of obvious. And the easier said than done, because I ended up burning approximately 10,000 calories in that run. So you can imagine burning 10,000 calories in 24 hours. That's a tough feat. So I will definitely be coming up with another video about how to train for them. Now I'll be adding a Q&A session whenever possible, and if anybody asks me a question, so please feel free to ask away down in the comment section below. My friend CL Furlong asks, he's having this problem where he's getting numb toes. His toes are becoming numb during a run, and he also mentions that it happens when he's wearing specific kind of shoes. So what I would recommend is, maybe the runners knot may not be helpful for you, but the reason why you are getting numb toes is probably because the shoe is really tight, and maybe you're tying the lace up too tight and the blood circulation is trying to get cut off to your toes. So please try to avoid that. Try to wear a little more better fitting shoes and not tighter fitting shoes. But if the issue still persists, I highly recommend you to go check out the doctor and see what actually is going on. Enjoy your run. Thank you for the question. Thank you for supporting me in this channel. Please do drop a like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again with another video. Stay safe, stay fit.